Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between stakimaN and Frisk on New Gettysburg, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Frisk, representing Team Ascension's professional team. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is stakimaN from Gplay. Now, Gplay is a Bulgarian electronics store that focuses on gaming accessories, and they have sponsored several top Bulgarian players in both Dota 2 and Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And last July, they announced they would create a new Bulgarian StarCraft 2 team to further grow the local esports scene, according to Liquipedia, so I assume this player is Bulgarian. Oh, looks like there's some, maybe some salt coming out here in the early stages. Noobs do whatever they want and win. Losing to below 6k people must be hard being a noob, says Frisk. Oh, you guys just get along. Let's just get along here. They do not like each other at all. Actually, blocking off this Nexus is our Zerg player, stakimaN. Hey, that's a good win. That's a good win there. No, the other way around. I'm such an idiot. I'm such an idiot. Frisk actually blocking the hatchery. Derp, left side blue is Zerg. Forces that pool first there. Why are you so mean, says Frisk. It's a fair question. It is a fair question indeed. But anyway, for those who don't remember Frisk, he is actually a 17, probably 18-year-old German StarCraft 2 player right now. He's very young, very good at StarCraft 2. As you can see, he's already on Team Ascension's professional team, which means he is excellent. We should see more of him in the future. It's been a while since we've seen him on the channel, so I figured I'd go ahead and get him back on here for those of you who are fans of this young Protoss phenom. And going for that second assimilator now is Frisk. Cybernetics core on the way. No, actually going double gate with double nexus. Going to be some early adept pressure. It could be Stalker, but usually it is adept. However, that early pool here from stakimaN, unwilling as it probably was, means he's going to have Lings out, means he's going to have Queens out. There's really, I don't think adepts are going to be able to do much of anything. Third hatch on the way for stakimaN. 2 minutes and 10 seconds into this game. Really macroing hard at this point. Again, a fairly early nexus here out of Frisk, but Cyber Core just about 50% complete now, saving up that gateway supply stuff to make adepts or stalkers. Not going to waste that on zealots here in the early game. And another pylon coming in for the Protoss player. So this is shaping up to be something of a macro fight. I mean, this third hatch tells me everything I need to know about what stakimaN is trying to do. Oh yeah, there we go. gplay.bg. That's the one. StarCraft 2 team. Bulgarian. I don't think have I cast a Bulgarian player before? I probably have. I've cast a lot of games on my channel. Over 1,000 now? 1,100, 200, somewhere around there. I guess when you cast 2 games a day, 7 days a week, it starts to add up. Speed on the way for stakimaN. Double Adept is coming out here for Frisk as previously predicted. And Warp Gate Research on the way for our Protoss player as well. So 8 Lings coming out. Speed about 60-70% complete for stakimaN. Speedlings are fine against Adepts. Not good against huge numbers of Adepts, but against a couple, maybe 4, 6... You can get a nice surround with Lings and do just fine. Inject, stakimaN. Get in there. Inject on your main. I know you can see these Adepts coming. There's the inject. There it is. Psionic Transfer coming in on the Adepts. Can they get that creep tumor? Is that their goal? No, they're checking for the third base, and they do see it. They do see the third base. That's something that will change in the upcoming patch, is that the visual range on the shades that the Adepts produce for Psionic Transfer, the visual range will be moved from like 9 to 2. So can't use them as well for scouting as you could to this point, or as you could so far to this point. Bunch of Lings coming in. I don't know why this. Can you get in? Oh, you can get in. Oh shoot, Frisk! Look out, man! Holy smokes! Wide open door here. Lings trying to kill as many probes as possible. Taking down a Stalker there as well. Going after these probes, pulling a full-on get the heck on out of there move. Running away. 3 Adepts are trying to deal with these Lings. Probes forced to fight for their own lives. Not what you want to see here. Trying to go for this pylon that is powering a robotics facility and a Twilight Council. Can't get it. All the probes coming in. Frisk is losing so much mining time right now. Look at that income. Nothing for Frisk right now. Nothing. It does have some workers back on right now, but are there enough Lings to deal with these Adepts? No. There are not enough over here. The Psionic Transfer dealing with those. A couple more here in the main base still alive. After the Adept harass, the probes running once again, forced to fight for their own lives. And how many probes? I want to see how many probes are lost when all is said and done here. Another one does end up getting picked off. Another one possibly here as well. No, not there. Adept's really going to try to clear out this final Ling. I think they should be able to get it. And there it is. All right, so 9 probes killed, 30 lings lost their lives. It's 48 to 33 harvesters. stakimaN macroing behind that attack. This is why you got to wall off. This is why you have to throw an adept in that hole, or a zealot or something, because ling run-bys are they can still work at the GM level, it turns out. Warp Prism coming on in here. That's unfortunate, says Frisk. He's down almost 20 workers. Holy shamoly. Templar Archives coming in here as well. We've got a Baneling Nest as well as a Spore Crawler coming in. I guess he recognized, I don't know, he didn't see a Stargate, but possibly recognizing the threat of Warp Prism. Just getting a couple Spore Crawlers in, never hurt anybody. And a 4th base coming in. Try to extend that lead. When you are ahead, get more ahead, is what Day 9 says. Roach Warren coming in for the Zerg player as well and going for a lair. Yep, just Mass Adept like last time. I guess these guys have played before. I suppose they have played previously. And maybe Frisk went for a Mass Adept play that always worked, according to him, with a little smiley Terran face. Adepts, no. Warping in Templar and changing them into Archons here on this little narrow ramp. Roaches are pretty good against Archons. Baneling's not so great. Ling's not so great either, but with enough Lings. Did he cancel that? I think he canceled a merge on one of the Archons and then finished it. So he was going for the Warp Prism Archon micro attack thing, but check it out. Overlord scouting this whole darn thing. 5 roaches on the way for stakimaN, making more and more queens. I don't see how he's not ready for this. There's an Overlord that saw that Warp Prism moving on in, but he didn't move anybody here into the main base at all. Archons right on top of these drones. Pull it out. stakimaN, run. Run for your life. Lings trying to come in, but just getting murdered before they do much damage whatsoever. Focusing down Banelings, getting surrounded. That's not where you want to be, but the pickup and the boost out and the move by our friend Frisk. Okay, again, so it's not really a boost out. It's more just a move out because Warp Prisms don't have that boost type thing. So Overlord scouting in, seeing what stakimaN, or seeing what Frisk is up to by stakimaN. A couple Banelings hit there. What was that? What was that? Comes on in with the Warp Prism onto the creep here at the natural base and drops the Archon. Bunch of Banelings splash and does not kill the Archons. Nice move. Nice move there by Frisk, actually. Ruffle 2? Ruffle 2, says Frisk. Man, nobody is being nice to anybody in this game. Lings up here at the 3rd base, though. Photon Overcharge is available. There are enough Lings, I think, to take down this pylon very quickly. Indeed, they don't have any attack upgrades, but I don't think it really matters. Indeed, going after yet another pylon here. Some roaches pushing on up to assist, and by roaches I mean 2. But pylon does end up falling. There are 3 adepts and an immortal here. Good composition against Roach Ling. Nicely done there by Frisk, getting that hold. Warp Prism heading all the way back home. 4th base here for stakimaN is done. It's 83 to 54 harvesters. The Zerg player is on fire economically. Income tab is definitely favoring the Zerg. 28 to 2,000 on that mineral count. And gas is almost double as well. So Archon, again, Archon's just running around inside this Warp Prism. It reminds me of Reaver Shuttle type stuff back in the Brood War. I mean, games would be won. Games would be straight up won with Reaver Shuttle Micro. It was really always very fun to see here. I thought you were all in with Archons. You are just a noob. What is going on? These guys really don't like each other at all, do they? Bunch of queens here by stakimaN at the 4th base. Now you die. I mean, he is up by 57, 60 supply and 20 workers. Okay, 18 workers. Transfusing an Overlord to keep it alive. Archon's attacking up here nearby the 4th base. What this is doing is keeping stakimaN inside his own base. If he attacked now, I really think he would have it. This 3rd base by Frisk is not very well defended. There are a couple Archons and Immortal, a few Adepts, but this army, so many Lings, Ravagers mixed in as well. Good for those Corrosive Biles, spreading a ton of creep. Here's stakimaN. I like what he's doing, but he needs to move it on out. More and more Lings coming on in. He's a little bit Ling heavy against an Archon player like this. But again, if there are enough, it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter how good Archons are against Lings. 35 damage versus Biological Splash. 5th base coming in for stakimaN. So I know I say this a lot, but if you're essentially maxed out, attack. Get in there and attack. You cannot sit back when you're maxed out. Build up a huge bank. Allow your opponent to catch up to you economically and militarily, and then expect to win the game. Lings coming into the Zelnaga Watchtower where there are Adepts getting surrounds, but again, Frisk saves them. Saves his Archons. Did I say Adept? I meant Archon. Saves his Archons inside this Warp Prism. Once again, more Banelings here with the speed. With the speed. This is not on the test map. This is not on the test map at all. Overlord speed on the way for stakimaN. More Archons coming in. Cannons up as well. Lings flooding into this 3rd base. on Baneling's going to crash onto everything here. Going to kill those Zealots for sure. Photon Overcharge. Big old storms on all of this, though. The biological Zerg getting eaten alive by those storms. There are still Roaches and Ravagers remaining. Photon Overcharge clearing out the rest of the attack at the third base here. Immortal just stutter, stepping backward. Already has 6 kills to his name. Zealot still alive somehow. And they clean out that attack. What a hold by Frisk. Absolutely ridiculous hold there by the Protoss player. It's still 80 to 66 workers, but man, resources lost has got to favor the Protoss player there. Yeah, about 10,000 resources lost by the Zerg, 4,000, maybe 5 lost for Frisk at this point. So, I mean, again, Zerg can't afford to lose an army like that and remax, and they'll be just fine. Roaches coming in, Banelings coming on in, Infestation Pit on as well. But he can't feel good about losing that battle. Cannot feel good whatsoever, not even the tiniest bit. Warping in some Zealots here on this little narrow path. And then maybe going to drop him inside the main. There are Lings and Roaches. Well, there were Lings and Roaches here in the main defending, but now, wait, they keep bouncing back and forth. Make up your mind, Roaches and Lings. Okay, leaving some Roaches and Lings here. And some Banelings to defend. Taking a 4th base now is Frisk. Fast Overlord comes in to scout it out. Gets murdered by an Archon. 10 kills on that Archon. 26 on that one and 0 on that guy. Dude, step up your game. Step up your game. I don't know why he's going for so many Lings. I mean, I like Lings. So if you watch any of my games, you know I really, really like Zerglings. They're fast, they hit hard, they're fun to control, but it's a lot of Storm and a lot of Archon here. I don't know. I've lost a game using basically Infestor Ling against a player that went Archon Storm. It was not good. It was not pretty. It was not a pretty strategy at all. Zealots dropping in this natural base, making quick work of that Queen. +1 attack on those Zealots. And then just picking up inside the Warp Prism once the Lings show up and boosting on out. Dude, get a Spire. Just get a Spire. Take down that Warp Prism with some Corruptors and call it good, because at this point it's not going well. 5th, 6th base here for stakimaN. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th base to the left of the natural for stakimaN. Big old push here with Zealot, Immortal, Archon, Templar from Frisk. 189 to 161 total supply. Not as down as he has been in the past is Frisk. He's bringing an Observer with him, killing as many creep tumors as possible. The creep spread is actually ridiculous by stakimaN. Absolutely, completely insane here, but will be removed and reduced a little bit by these attacks. That Zealot has 2 kills. I assume those are both creep tumors, and I think they are. Zealot's coming back on in inside this Warp Prism, trying to see what it can do. Unloading, warping in more Zealots. Going for it. They do have charge. They do have charge. Going to try to move into this natural base. The army out of position. And yes, chasing here at the north. Big old storms on those Lings. Once again, Banelings getting destroyed as well. Zealots going to town here on this natural base. There are Ravagers. There are Banelings here to clean that one out. Frisk backs away from the major confrontation, and all the Zealots are gone. There's a lot of dead Banelings, though. 28 Banelings have died so far in this game. Pushing up to the north, Zelnaga Watchtower once again is Frisk. He's got his Archons, he's got his Zealots, he has his Immortals, he has his Templar, he has a Sentry for, I guess, Force Fields or Guardian Shield if you need it. And the Creep Tumor death count is skyrocketing. 21 have been killed so far. 207 Lings have died already. Holy shamoly. That is a big number. Alright, so 5th base up here at the top side is being defended by, again, Lings and a lot of Lings and Banelings, but sure. Oh, the storms once again just melting those Lings and Banelings. Coming from the backside, Roaches, Ravagers, and Banes. That seems like a better use of it. And there's the recall home, except a couple Archons get left behind. They're doing fine for themselves. Thank you very much. They're going to go ahead and continue harassing this base. Zealots dropping into the 6th base, trying to deal with it. Lings with +2 attack. Pretty good. They should clean out those Zealots, no problem. And the Archons end up dead as well. Another Warp Prism attack here inside the main base. Zealots getting on top of that Queen. Lings trying to do what she can, or Queen trying to do what she can there as well. And Lings do chase it away. So, okay, stakimaN still has all of his hatcheries, which is a big deal. 76 to 66 Harvesters. That difference is changing immensely. Why would you go Immortal? You saw that Immortal. Why would you go Ultra? Why would you go Ultra? You saw that Immortal count. 7 Immortals getting double pumped here. +3 attack here from Frisk as well. Banelings crashing on top of Zealots at this 5th base once again. 6th base, rather. Once again. And this Warp Prism is just causing all sorts of grief for stakimaN, yet he refuses to make a Spire. I mean, you're on 6 bases. Get a Spire, man. You can do this. He's mined out his main. Understandable. Hasn't really mined out his natural or the other remaining hatcheries either. But he's going to get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth base here for Frisk to the right across the divide from stakimaN's 6th Army. Ultra, Ravager, Baneling, Ling. He just keeps going with the Ling Baneling. I overestimated you. You're not a noob. Do you mean underestimated you? Or is that intentionally? I don't know. Either way, Baneling's on top of Archons. Again, the storms are just on point for Frisk. The Immortals will melt those Ultras if they go in there by themselves. Changelings being target fired down. Ultra gone. Storm once again. The Banelings are just evaporating in the face of this pressure. Pushing on out. There are some Queens off creep that are getting destroyed here as well. Fewer transfuses available at this point. Archon, 7 kills. Archon, they both have 7 kills? They both have exactly 7 kills. That's weird. Another Zealot attack trying to sneak on in, but there are Ultras here to defend. Spore Crawler might actually take down this War Prism, and no! Can't get the War Prism, but does pick up a few of the Zealots. The rest of them get destroyed by the remainder of this Zerg army. And it looks like Frisk was trying to poke into that 5th, but decided not to. Decided to pull on back home to put some fear of Protoss into his opponent. Still with the Ling count. 316 Lings have died so far. 51 Zealots is also a big number. 13 Archons have died, and 66 Banelings have been killed. I'm pretty sure, someone needs to check on that for me, but I'm pretty sure that the unit's loss tab only shows Banelings that die unintentionally, like they didn't want to explode then. Anyway, here we go again. Lings moving on in. Storms chasing them away. This time, stakimaN does not walk through the storms and lose all of his Lings. They are very low on health, though. Double Time Warp being tossed down. Interesting choice. More storms. Lings. Good concave here from stakimaN, but absolutely excellent stutter step backward. This Immortal count is insane from Frisk. He's got 11 of them. He's got 11 of them. I think these Ultras see exactly what is going on, and they want no part in it. They're coming in. No, they're retreating. They're just kind of doing a dance. Doing a dance. Good micro here on display from Frisk, keeping his stuff alive. More Zealots walking into this natural base. Ultra trying to deal with those Zealots. Lings as well, just actually running right on past them. More Zealots coming in. The Zealot harass has been fairly non-stop out of Frisk. Lings surrounding the Zealots and finally taking them down. But how many drones have been killed? 25 drones have been killed so far in this game. That is not a small number. Queen gets killed out in the middle of nowhere near the North Zelnaga Watchtower. Not sure where the rest of her friends or swarm were, but anyway, still going this Ling Baneling Ultra thing. Getting a Spire. About time. Another round of Zealots just walking up this narrow ramp. Both players just dancing up here north. Nobody really committing. It's stakimaN going for it, and there's the recall. There is the recall, and the recall back to the 3rd base. Zealots might actually get this 6th. Banelings crashing in, though. Oh, maybe not. Any transfuses available? Not necessary. Hatchery survives with 174 hit points. Now transfuses getting tacked on in. Bringing it back up to the orange. 800 hit points now. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. More dead drones, though. 28, in fact, 80 to 66 workers. The Zerg player, I just feel like his choices are bad. He's doing well with the macro. His micro is not bad either, except for he keeps eating storms. But anyway, he is taking a 7th base here at the gold in the north, and a 6th base by our friend Frisk to the right side of that gold base as well. So, Fleet Beacon on the way from Frisk. Is he going carrier? That'd be fun. That would be fun. Not much can shoot up in this army for stakimaN. And Zealots get cleaned out. One does get picked up, I think, by this Warp Prism here at the 6th base. And everybody backs on out once again. Greater Spire here on the way. Changeling here at the North Zelnaga Watchtower. Is this more Zealots? More Zealots coming in. Like, at some point, maybe you just wall this off. You throw in a couple spines on this little narrow path. This has been causing you nothing but grief this entire time. More Changelings coming in, scouting stuff out, trying to see exactly what is up with the Protoss army. And Zealots holding their own, or maybe trying to hold their position. +2/+2 on these Lings is no joke. Storm on top of these Morphing and Banelings here at the North Zelnaga Watchtower. I think all of them died. Oh, man. 67 Banelings killed. 67 Zealots still pushing up this little narrow path, cleaning out some Zerglings that were there to stop them. More Roaches and Banelings coming in to get rid of the infestation, and they do. They clear out those Zealots pretty quickly. Immortal count is 15, with Tempest on the way and a Dark Shrine here for Frisk. So he still hasn't killed a base. He's done a lot of good harassment. Zealots here at the 6th base. Once again, the 5th base under major attack right now. trying to run for their lives are these drones. The splash damage killer, but most of them do manage to get out. Finally, the first hatch goes down for Frisk, and the second one goes down right after it. 5th and 6th bases exploded. 7th base at the gold, 8th base. Maybe this was already up before the gold, but whatever. Gold base under trouble here as well. Oh, no. Oh, no. There are some corruptors in the sky, but the gold base is gone. Gold base is gone. These zealot counterattacks at the bottom side of the map are just keeping stakimaN so busy that he's not able to defend everything that he wants to defend. The consistent zealot war prism harass has caused him so much grief. He's getting some brood lords, so that's pretty fun. Greater Spire complete there, but guess what? Tempest on the way from the Frisk. I think he will be just fine here 20 minutes into this game, and we are feeling good. 56 to 67 harvesters. Frisk is up. I think for the first time in this game, he has a lead in that worker count, but it's 182 to 182 total supply, so pretty even when it comes to that, which just means that actually the Zerg player's army is a little bit bigger. So he's got the broodlords here. It is 4 broodlords against 4 Tempest with Archon support. It does make the Immortals moderately useless, though. So we'll see if the broodlord count continues to increase or not. Void Rays coming in for Frisk as well. +1 air weapons coming in at the same time. And what do we got? What do we got here? Ultras pushing up the front, and the Tempest are firing on the broodlords before they can get close enough to do anything. They are dropping some broods. Storms again on top of these lings. The broodlord count not looking healthy. There are still 4 of them, but they are getting absolutely rocked from a distance by those Tempests. Is this more? Oh, DT is clearing out an evolution chamber. Getting cleared out there. Another possible warping at the replacement 5th base or 6th base, whatever this one is. Another DT attack here in the main. Going to take out a Spore Crawler by his lonesome. He does have 1 kill, and then just go after the Hive. Going after the Hive. Queen Broodlord raining down fire upon these Archons. Might use a recall. Good storm, but storming his own stuff a little bit too. Archons end up dead. Lings trying to get a surround on top of these Immortals. The Immortals are target firing the Ultralisks. And actually retreating again is stakimaN. Single Corruptor trying to deal with everything in the air, but nope. Gets cleaned out. DT might actually take down the Hive. There is an Overseer morphing in, so maybe not, but he's done substantial damage to it. Down below 50% health. Down below 30% health, actually, and finally getting cleaned on out. It is in the red. 600 out of 2,500 hit points available on that sucker. So immortal count still pretty good. 13 of those resources lost. Tab is like 41,000 for the Zerg and maybe 28,000 for the Protoss. Man, doing math is hard, you guys. Addition is not an easy thing. More drones coming in for stakimaN, actually replacing a lot of his dead 61 drones that he's lost so far in this game. More Void Rays coming in. I like the Void Ray choice. I really do. I mean, the Corruptor count is not high at all. And they do well against Corruptors anyway. Queen count a little bit concerning. There are 6 of them on the ground. They do pretty well against Void Rays, but I don't think they have any upgrades. They do have the +3 ground Carapace, but no missile attacks at all to speak of. Again, Zealots here at the 6th base. I feel like I've said this 100 times. Zealots at the 6th base. Are they going to catch it? No, Corruptors could have maybe chased it down, but War Prism managed to get the heck on out of there. Get on out of there. And the army again coming all the way back for just these little harassments that Frisk is managing to pull off. stakimaN is replacing his gold base, which is great, which is absolutely wonderful news for him. Zealots here at the 6th base. Can you guess? Can you guess what base I'm talking about when I say there are Zealots? The War Prism might actually die. No, the Corruptors, stop chasing it. Why would you do that? I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of dead Zealots. 116 dead Zealots. 555 deadlings. Insane. Vipers coming in. +2 air weapons on the way for Frisk. And 5 Archons in production right now. Morphing in. Either from Dark Templar or Templar. I cannot tell from that production tab. So Tempest just raining fire and random stuff. Hitting Lings. Not exactly what they want to do. But, you know, just putting the fear of Protoss into the Zerg just a little bit. Nope. 8th base here at the gold is not going to last. Canceled. Not going to last. It is canceled here. stakimaN actually 201 out of 200 supply at that point. He did an unintentional extractor trick using that hatchery. Alright, so Lings, again, fully upgraded Lings is good. Adrenal glands and all. But it's just the Archons are really great at this situation. They do have the +3 attack, +1 armor, which doesn't really matter, +1 shields, which is better. And Frisk just continuing to kill creep tumors. He has killed 53 at this point. 5 ultras have died. Here we go once again. Lings on top of everything. Archons on the outside, Immortals on the inside. That's what you want to see. Voider is using prismatic alignment to burn down everything that is in the sky. Viper's getting prismatic bomb, or parasitic bomb rather, on top of all of these Tempests. Not quite enough to kill them, I don't think. Frisk doesn't even bother really splitting that much. Corrosive Bile being used to great effect. Queen's clearing out these Void Rays. Can they get the Tempest as well? The Immortals are coming in to assist. One Tempest ends up falling. It's 158 to 100 total supply. The last Broodlord is dead. Immortals, man. 28 kills. Was that 28? Come here. Come here. 22, 27 kills on that Immortal. Continuing to march on in here. In production are 42 Banelings. I don't know that's what you wanted to make, stakimaN. 7th base here to the north ends up exploding there. Banelings trying to crash on top of these Immortals, doing fairly well. Taking them out, but I just don't know that's enough. More Lings coming in as well. I feel like Lings is a pretty good choice against this Stalker Immortal combination. There are a lot of Zealots, though. The Banelings did not end up crashing on top of them, and that is it. A pathetic noob GG out of stakimaN. stakimaN is defeated, and Frisk is victorious in our ZVP. What a comeback. What an absolutely insane comeback out of Frisk. He's down, what, 60 workers at one point? His supply is doubled. His base count is more than doubled by the Zerg. Again, I just think it came down to compositional choice. stakimaN really fell in love with that Baneling stuff. He ended up losing 662 Lings and 75 Banelings. And he didn't kill that much stuff. He really didn't. I mean, it's 116 Zealots, 31 Archons. That's a large number of Archons, actually. 16 Immortals, 3 Adepts, 5 Stalkers, 13 Templar. It just wasn't cost efficient. It was not cost efficient what he was trying to do. I just don't like Banelings in this matchup. I don't. So we're looking at 58,000 resources lost by the Zerg player, and only, wow, 39,000 lost for the Protoss. Just time and time again, Zealots marching in, doing damage. Zerglings getting surrounded and getting stormed and stormed and stormed again. Gotta look at these Immortals real quick. 51 kills. Woo, 51 kill Immortal, 29 kill Immortal, 26 kill Immortal. A lot of them got exploded in that last Baneling hit. But again, the Immortals doing their work, doing a great job in this game. So that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Patrons! Nicholas Cheek, Sean Govin, Nick Riley, Josh Cornelius, Jin, Jeff Duvall, KN, Matt Meermans, Hagon Marcus, Back Bertie, Alex Coffey, Ben Raboyne, 19 Day, Keith Garlow, Alexandros Canaris, Complex, Ian Westbrook, Michael McIntosh, Sam Estegoy, Bo Brissett, Cale Anderson, Trevor Smith, Menhadin, GMP, Sip Kopata, Konma, Michael Wellen, Plaid, Henry Cooper, Clayton Knight, Jan Kodera, Kevin Shing, Rajiv Bhatt, The Cosmic Phoenix, Peter Hawes, Andre Breet, Mither. Thank you, Leak at the top right. Bye.